Tax Happy Hour. Natty Tax Happy Hour. Dig.
Oh, hello, people. How are you, Justin?
Oh man, just working. Today's podcast day, so you guys are like the first people, other than Ashley, that I talked to, besides just me listening to my own voice and editing it. It's a very introspective day.
I see. I thought it's like you mean your own podcast, not showing up on other people's. Yeah,
Politics. So it's a one mic show, which means I just talking to myself and then listening to myself and then editing myself and then listening to myself again. So it's good to actually speak to other people.
Yeah, Penny came down one time when Brian was doing the BB live show and says, Why does Daddy watch himself again and again? Like, that was really
it's a good
odd
question.
Behavior at 3 or 4.
It's a good question. Very good question.
Hey, Bonnie, it's been a minute.
Hi. Yes, by special request. Here I am.
Yes. Let's set this up. So you, Bon, had to be over a month ago.
Yeah, it was
randomly
definitely-
had this conversation about a traumatic memory from your childhood. Can you set this up again of what you initially remembered, the initial vision that you saw that led us on a wild goose chase to see whether or not you had made it more than it was?
Right. It's a polarizing topic.
All right. That's so. Oh my God. How long have you been sitting on that? You thought about that. It must have been like 10 a.m. this morning, and you've been waiting.
No, I definitely wrote it down because I woke up. I go, I can't forget that. So I put it in my little thing.
It's a good one.
Yeah,
Starting
so
off,
it was a
lead off single.
Yeah, no, it is polarizing because people in the chat on this in growing up in my hometown had a lot to say about the topic.
First,
So what was it?
What was it?
What do you remember?
At the local library, when I was a child, I experienced this taxidermy installation, which was a big polar bear eating its young.
Okay, and this is at the Harlingen Public Library.
At the I wasn't going to give out my,
Oh, now they know you're from you're a border girl.
I think we wound up talking about it specifically in the first one.
Yeah,
So
I didn't know.
In fact, they did detective work live, and some people found some kind of hint that maybe you weren't crazy, and then you took it to the Harlingen Facebook, growing up Harlingen
Facebook group. But wait, hold on.
Yeah.
Before we get any further into the detective thing, let's reestablish what you remember seeing.
At the library as a child.
At the library, a polar bear full of rage and malice eating its young with blood.
Yes.
That the blood was a part of it. This was a horrifyingly gruesome scene that nobody could possibly imagine would be put in deliberately in front of children.
Right. And there's a plaque that says polar bear eating
its young.
Yes.
Yeah, or something
you
like
remember,
that.
yes.
So,
there was a sign, so there was no mistaking what it was.
right, because you go up and you're just like, you kind of like, you're amazed because it's really big, especially if you're a little tiny dude.
Yeah.
Like
so
myself
so
at
we
that
called
point.
we called your brother.
Yeah.
We
That's
went
right, live.
deep
We did.
diving
My brother
through
live.
the web.
My brother's all game for it. It was so nice.
Yeah. And there was certainly consensus that there was a polar bear.
Right. And my brother.
And then
Yeah. And my brother says it wasn't its young, it was a seal. And I said,
Okay.
You're probably right. Because my brother remembers things better than I do. But,
Sure. All right.
Yeah.
But the key that I think remains unresolved, there is no consensus, is the blood.
Right.
Yes.
The blood is something that remains unconfirmed. And I think we were willing, look, this is the thing that happens. Netflix has unsolved mysteries. We had an unsolved mystery. You absolutely believe that there was blood. I think that we were just going to let this drift off into the ether of the billion things that we got into on this show. But then, and I imagine that this was a very, very, very forceful text that was sent to a group text between the three of us, where you were very, very proud that you had secured photographic evidence that indeed this gruesome polar bear eating either its young or a seal spectacle did exist at the Harlingen Public Library.
Well, yeah, I thought like surely y'all exhibited enough interest in it, and I was glad to know that it was kind of a weird thing. Like, you know, I thought it just occurred to me that, you know what, that's kind of weird for a public library to have something that's kind of gruesome. That's weird. And y'all agreed it was weird, right?
Well, so weird that we full on did not believe you.
Yes.
We accused you publicly of having a manufactured memory.
Yeah.
But let's see. I still got questions. I still got questions
go
about
for
this
it.
picture. This picture is not, to me, 100% decisive.
Okay, let's look at a sepia toned image
Let's
from
see.
long, and you can tell by the
All right, here we go.
What do you
The-
call it? Carbon dating of the kid's pants.
That's right. That's how you tell from fashion. Oh, you wrote that one beforehand.
No, I did that just now.
Oh, okay, good. You're right, though. Fashion is sort of like a carbon dating for time.
Yeah.
The text somebody posted in the group saying, someone recently posted about the stuffed polar bear at the Harlingen Public Library. I just found a pic of me and my nephew. I'm the one in the plaid pants. So, so far, we see, for audio listeners, first of all, let's just talk about how happy that polar bear looks.
Okay, so here's the first thing that I'm seeing right now, and we are gonna scroll down. We're literally gonna load this photo like a dial-up modem. It's gonna be amazing. And if we're lucky, unlike the photos that I was loading on my dial-up modem, the polar bear won't have a giant penis at the bottom.
Or be taking a dump. I had that experience. I'm like,
Yeah.
pretty girl, boobs. Oh, getting to the. Oh God, she's pooping.
So here's all I know so far. We're seeing the very top of the image.
Right.
And that polar bear has some vert. Like, that thing has got to be at least 6 to 7 feet tall based on where it is in line with the top of the door frames.
Right.
Like, this thing is big. This is
that's
a big
clever.
old. This is a big old bear.
Yeah, and it's up on a platform. You
Okay,
know, like
can we
staged.
first of all, let's take Your Honor, if I may be so humble as to ask, the defendant, the accuser. I don't know which one she is. I'm also not a lawyer, but she said it had a bloody muzzle. Your Honor, does Exhibit A look like a bloody muzzle to you?
I do not see blood on the mouth, nor on the the neck area of the polar bear.
Oh,
It
yeah.
looks like it is just white fur, and there is not copious blood pouring from the mouth as we might have been led to believe.
Well,
Okay.
unfortunately,
Well, that would be
now,
hard to taxidermy the pouring blood.
You are correct that there is that everything. I don't know. I might dispute the muzzle. Like, the problem is this photo being all sepia toned and degraded. Like, it looks brown, but that could be if that was red.
Yep.
That's how that would play, right?
Yeah, I mean, at this point, we are zooming into the pixels of a sepia tone photo, so it's indecisive. Can we settle on indecisive?
Sure.
Yes.
Indeterminate.
Indeterminate. Yeah.
Okay. Now, and my guess is, since this photo exists, then surely more must be out there.
We
All
are.
right.
Yeah, we are. There still is evidence to be gained, but let's
Okay.
go ahead and scroll down.
All right. Next, we get to a very important detail. Do you remember how popular these
Macrame.
macrame was
Macrame.
back in the day?
Oh my God! Yeah.
know,
No, they
like-
almost. They look like hemp. Like, we would like that thing would be made of hemp now, because it looks kind of like natural and like of the earth. But certainly those macrame pot hanging things were everywhere. Oh my God.
That was
yeah,
just
no.
some kind of like.
For some reason in the 1970s, it's like we have the technology. Pots with plants in them can be above the ground.
Now, Brian, think about this. CJ paid for his like extras in Harlingen when he was going to school there by doing macrame.
CJ might have made that pot. Have you sent that to CJ?
I hadn't. I just thought of it.
Dude, forward that to him right now and ask if he made that pot.
Pot, well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What other details do we have in the background?
Yeah, we just have that. It definitely is a public library. You see some book shelves in the background. It looks like every public library in the 70s and 80s.
Is that a mirror over there? Is there even more details? Secret details?
No, it's a reflection of a glass case.
So that is a glass case, and then there's a little bit of highlighting in there. Okay,
Yeah.
all right. Okay,
I just realized that these pants predate the time that CJ was in school there.
Oh, so he couldn't have
could
made it.
not.
All
Yeah.
right, got it. Okay, all right. Look, so many mysteries being solved. Also, half the audience. Who's CJ?
CJ is how Brian and I met. We worked on his show together. He's a magician and a very important friend to us. So, yeah. And he started off his life.
Okay. By the way, we could do a little bit of. Yeah. Okay. Exhibit 2, Your Honor. This doesn't really give us much, but.
Oh wait, what?
Hold on. Let me pan this over.
Where did you get this from?
This just popped in the chat. Only 2 days left to see the big polar bear.
Oh no way! Where did this come from?
This came from the chat.
Chat found this?
Yeah.
Oh my God! Yeah, that's the other side. Let's look at it.
It really is sensational. Bill Lewis's 10-foot, 4-inch Alaskan polar. You've never seen anything like it.
So this was something that we found out was that this bear did get bounced around from place to place in Harlingen, and this right now so we are looking at a newspaper advertisement for this, and it's for when it was in the Harlingen National Bank that I guess it then got bumped over to the library.
Yeah. So the story I heard. So this is interesting, but the story I heard was that originally it was in a so-and-so's electric showcase window, which was
that's what it says.
Yeah.
It
does.
Yeah. Hold on. Let me see if I can enhance.
I should electric motors. Yeah.
There we go.
So the man, Lewis Electric Motors. So the man who owned that company was like an adventurer. And he went and shot this bear and did like a expedition.
So I guess, this was loaned out to the bank and then was going back to Lewis Electric Motors after this. But we do have some description. This record polar bear display will register as one of the outstanding exhibits of all time. A great family attraction. The youngsters love Bill Lewis of Lewis Electric Motors Harlingen took this huge 10-foot, 4-inch polar with 3 shots from a distance of 75 to 100 yards using a 300 Weatherby Magnum rifle. Bill and 2 guides staked the bear for 6 hours in 44 degree below zero temperatures before he bagged him on the run. The big bear was taken near Katsubi, Alaska. Under the bear's uprated front paw is a young seal, the principal food of the polar. And it would be on exhibit in the bank lobby until 6 p.m. Friday, August 4th. And then it'll be moved to Lewis Electric Motors building at 1323 West Tyler, Harlingen. Don't miss it.
I got the street right because we had to pass electric. I knew the street because I passed. There's only one way in and one way out of Harlingen. That's the kind of town it is. And going to see my dad was, so Lewis is on the way out.
Did you notice that? Didn't your dad play in the Life Begins at 40 tournament? That's mentioned on this page?
Every year.
Yeah. Hold on, let me see if I can get a full page of this. There we go. Yeah.
I should go play Life
Thursday,
Begins at 40 one year.
This is Thursday, August 3rd, 1967. Life Begins at 40.
Yeah. Oh my God, he does that. He did that for years and years.
You get to.
What is
you're
that?
qualified. It's you have to be 40 years old or over in order
And
to
then
compete.
you play.
It's a
What
golf
is it?
tournament.
What is it? Golf. Okay.
Yeah.
So then,
God, you both should go play it together.
So then, I guess it came to the bank. There's only the one bank, and then it went to Lewis Electric, and they had to move it because people kept shooting at it because it was in the window. So that's the town I came up. They got, like, after 6 or 7 times that the window got shot out of, they were just like, we're moving this bear.
Oh, God
like,
damn, that's a bear.
we're gonna, and then, like, people would slow down, and they'd be checking it out, and it, boop, so.
So wait, do you think that the people that shot at the bear through the window thought that a bear was loose inside the building, or just really thought it'd be super lit to shoot at a bear and they didn't want to break into the building?
I think that my dad drove around with the gun under his seat, and a lot of other people did because it's Harlingen, Texas.
Well,
And
sure, yeah. I mean, my
bear,
question isn't
and it has
whether or not
light
there's a
on
gun.
it, and nobody's there, and it's really fun to shoot when you're drunk.
So that's it.
driving.
Yeah, it's fun.
It's
yeah,
the 70s.
Exactly.
People drink and drive. It's Texas, so.
Suck it up, Zoomers.
Yeah.
People drank and drove and had guns in the 70s.
Is it still legal to drink and pilot a boat?
No.
I don't think so.
No. In fact,
I know
I've known-
it was.
I've known.
Oh, go ahead.
I've known some people that have gotten rung up on BUIs.
Yeah.
BUIs are a for real
Oh, okay,
thing.
all right, all right.
If y'all want to get to know the area a little bit, there is a show that is Texas, is like the Texas wildlife department goes around and busts people and gives people tickets, and it's like you just watch people get tickets.
Wait, it's
really?
sorry, it's a show?
Yeah, it's a show, and it's totally like super.
Like it's sorry,
as
a
real
TV
as-
show?
There's a TV show, and my
Oh,
parents are
okay.
watching it because they watched everything else on Netflix, and it's just like you go around and you watch people on boats. Apparently, which I am glad my parents watch this. Any kids on a boat after a certain age have to get a boat safety license.
Certification? Really? Wow.
Yeah. So Josie, we would get ticketed like $800 or something if we had Josie on the boat without having her taken that class.
Wait,
Is it something where you got to take her somewhere, or is that like an online
Yeah,
thing?
like she has to. Yeah, I don't know about the rest of that.
Yeah.
well,
like how you do it, yeah.
hold on. You're saying like if we go to Lake Travis right now and I go
Yes.
just for fun and I rent a boat and we go
Yes.
water skiing.
And which we have talked
Wait,
about.
does that mean I can't pilot a boat? Like they're not going to ask for any certification.
I got a feeling that it's one of those things where it's like, remember when we did the manatee thing and then they made us watch a video and then like take like a 4-question quiz? I got a feeling it's probably something like that.
It's
So when they
exactly
rent you
that.
the boat, when they rent you the boat, they sit you down and they make you watch a video and then they make you answer a 4-question quiz. And congratulations, kiddo, you just got your license.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Okay. So back to the important
Yeah.
questions.
But here we are, our 10-foot display with a very large.
So that
Polar
is
bear.
a beast. I thought it was
Yeah.
6'7". It is a 10-footer. At least it says so in the Lion-Ass newspaper. So you never really know what's true or not.
I don't know.
But it looks like a beast. It looks like a beast and a half. There is no question. And so what we are now seeing as we slowly zoom down is
Them pants.
2 kids that are in awe of this sumbitch. This big old sumbitch is just cowing these children. These South Texas children are in awe of nature's most ferocious killing machine.
And as promised, underneath his paw, I guess that's a seal. It's really hard
It
to
is
tell.
a seal. Yeah. Yeah.
You thought it was eating your. Okay, so you remember blood and it eating its young.
Yeah, I think probably the way it read was because I remember the word baby. And I remember the word baby because my mom had a baby that died.
Oh, yeah.
And then I was really affected by the word like, Doug. I remember every year you'd have to go to the fucking library and do this whole thing. And then we'd all have to stand around this thing looking at it. And I'd just be like, ugh, like doing this uncomfortable turning back and forth. And then you look at the little plaque and on there it says eating baby.
Yeah. And I would imagine that that's after that you kind of stop reading.
I stopped reading. It was like it's eating it's white. I could barely look at it. Like it was so like whereas the boys dug it. Like it's such a, like Like, look at those boys.
Oh, it's metal. It's metal.
It's
yeah.
metal,
It's like,
but, like,
this son of a bitch just kills stuff. Look at his teeth.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like dinosaurs and construction equipment and jackhammers and stuff. Like that's boy stuff.
Well, anyways, so it was it was a thing. I had to look at it every year. But I remember there being like another like pheasant too. There was like a pheasant. If you pan to the right, there was
all
like
right.
a pheasant.
So just to paint a mental picture for people, there is a little blob
Yes.
under the paw, the front right paw of the polar bear,
Right.
which we now know, confirmed by the ad, is a baby seal.
Right. So it's a baby seal.
But I barely noticed it. When you sent me the photo, I was like, proof that you're a liar, Bonnie.
Oh,
There's nothing to eat. And you're like, the seal. And I'm like, oh, goddamn, there's the seal. Look at that. It was like,
yeah. And then like the ice. I don't know. But
so it is on an ice floe.
Yeah.
So I feel like this is the one thing we don't know is the blood. And I will agree with Brian that you could make an argument to say that the blood is maybe dried around the face, mouth, and neck.
Yeah, no, that seal definitely had a gash. So it was.
So you're saying the seal had a gash on it
and
too?
It was on,
yeah, and you could see on the paw too.
Look at the movement of the bear. The bear is obviously like, and he's lifted up and dropped in surprise. He's dropped his thing. But if you think about the movement, then the blood's on the other side.
The blood's on the other side of the paw?
Of the mouth. Like he just.
Of the mouth.
Yeah. Yeah. So we're not seeing it. But Brian, I'm sorry. We have exhibit B.
Bonnie.
Yeah, there's another exhibit.
Yeah, no, B, Bonnie.
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
From I sent you another, it's heresy, so I don't know if it's admissible, but.
Heresy, I like that.
But I sent you on the same email.
Oh, okay.
Somebody else's eyewitness account.
Oh, hold on. Let me see.
Oh, we have another Harlingen.
Right. And I had not chimed in on this. I looked through all the comments after I saw that. I just happened to peek in one night, and then I'm like, what? I didn't send it to you? It should have been like 2 attachments.
I agree.
Well, I will send this to you.
Yeah, there's a conversation, but it has a bunch of names.
Yeah, look at the conversation.
Okay, we're just going to out their names?
Well, you could just say
Okay,
it.
we'll just read.
You can just read. So person one.
Person one says, here. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, shocked face. I remember that polar bear, and I believe it had a dead baby seal. I think it was seal. This would totally scare me. Other person. You are correct. Blood and all.
So somebody else,
without
totally
me
separate from our
asking.
conversation,
Totally.
somebody else just totally pointed out that
Yeah.
there was indeed blood on this polar
at
bear.
least on the blood and all, it was at least on the seal. Questionable
At
about
least
the
on
mouth,
the seal.
but I'm really sure it was on the mouth.
There was blood somewhere.
Yeah, there was definitely blood somewhere. So.
Okay.
Can we see that? Can we see that newspaper ad again?
Yeah.
But it's really
'Ause the-
grainy
'cause-
and black and white. But it is
Because the
other
newspaper
side.
ad was right. Yeah, it was
It was
right.
the
It
other
was head
side.
on. Yeah.
But look at his face. Let's zoom into that face. That is a school dress carnival.
Oh yeah, you really can't tell. It is
It's
blowing
too
the hell out.
grainy.
But it really is sensational.
Okay, so if
I mean,
anybody
it's a
wants to
1967.
if anybody wants to contact the Valley Morning Star, and
I'm sure that.
Does anybody remember?
I'm sure with all the newspapers closing around the country that the Valley Morning Star is still chugging away.
oh no, it is. I'm sure of it.
It is?
I'm sure of it. Yeah.
God, does the Valley Morning Star have a website?
Okay,
Let's
they
find
are
this
like
out.
20 years behind everything. So like, why would they close down a newspaper when people are probably just now getting a computer?
Holy smokes. ValleyMorningstar.com. All of your coverage about coastal flooding advisories for Cameron and Willacy counties.
Wow.
They are chugging along.
Yeah.
They're chugging along.
You wouldn't shut that down yet. So there they are. Valley Morning Star.
I have another animal related thing.
Yeah.
All right. So wait, hold on. Before we move on from the polar bear, I think there's only two big questions we need to fill in. Number one, blood, yes or no?
There was definitely
right.
blood, right?
Okay. Let's you need
eyewitness
proof.
testimony seems to be unanimous. Nobody has. I don't know why you would say there was no blood, but so far we have three testimonies.
We are now moving. Look how much we've cracked this case, guys. We got to keep our eyes on the prize here. Okay?
Eat shit, Perry Mason.
Number two, we got to find out where this bear is now.
I know. I wonder.
We need to find out where this bear is right now.
It's the werebear hunt.
We need to find out. We might need to contact the Valley Morning Star. We might need to start putting in some calls. I might need to dust off this old journalism degree of mine, get my reporting shoes on, and hunt down where this mother effing bear is. Because if it still exists and it doesn't have blood on it, we're putting blood on that subbitch.
Okay.
We're gonna do it, and you're gonna terrify all three of your daughters one day when a 10-foot tall bear is just in the living room eating a seal.
Oh my God, no! So here's the thing: is didn't we find it in like how much money do you think it would cost for us to get to shoot at it? Like
there's a million questions we need to ask.
Sorry. Now that I'm an adult, it does sound kind of fun to like shoot at it through a pane of glass. That does sound like a lot of fun.
She starts shooting and she's like, "Life does begin at 40."
So, by the way, this is from the Valley Morning Star, a 2018 article by Norman Roseff. Shout out to Norm. He writes, for a number of years, both the old and new library buildings, children and adults alike, were greeted and astounded by a giant upright polar bear preserved through taxidermy and placed near the entrance. It's also noted that the library this year added ebooks to loan. That's a weird paragraph.
Weird segue.
Yeah. But
what year is this?
2018, but it says it in past tense. So it doesn't seem like, it seems like the bear made its way. They switched library buildings.
Right.
So they moved the bear with it, at least initially. But it is past tense.
Right. When I read through the comments, it sounded like people were saying, "Oh my God, I'm so glad I didn't live here when that was there, because that would have freaked me out and traumatized me." So it sounds like the current library does not house.
Someone's got to have this bear, or they chucked it. It might have just got too ratty and they chucked it.
You don't chuck a beast like that. Although,
I bet it's in like a drug pin's house. Drug king.
A drug pins?
Yeah, I don't know the words. Like whoever runs drugs things.
The captain of drug
Bonnie.
land.
Who would run drugs on the Texas border?
I don't know. We can talk about that another time. There's more story.
HOA thought the dragon was bad. You just wait.
All right, Brian. So you had another animal topic.
So last night we had a late night attack. We went well into 1 a.m, and then immediately once we got off, Merrill Barr, creator of the game that we played last night, called and we talked a bit about the game, and then we started talking about this other project. And I'm walking out, and I don't know if we've seen. I asked Bonnie, hey, there's a feral cat hanging around, black cat, and he's increasingly cool. Like every time I pull up, he takes longer, or he or she, whatever.
I don't know.
They're all cats.
Cool cat.
He would take a little bit longer to run off, so he's getting comfortable with us in general. And I asked, should we feed it? And Bonnie said, yes. What you do is you feed it, but not enough to make it stop hunting mice, but enough that it thinks you're cool. And then you catch it and you take it to the vet and you get it spayed or neutered, and then you release it again. And I was like, okay, yeah, that's cool. I'm down for that. And so I'm talking. So I see it, when I come in before the show, and then after the show, I'm talking to Meryl Barr as I'm walking out to the car, and I see the shadow of the cat kind of going to run off to the side, and I'm like, that's so cool. It's so cool that we got this cat. And then I open my car door, and I'm in the middle of talking to Meryl, and I just start screaming, "What the fuck? What the fucking fuck? Fuck! Fuck!"
Dear listeners, what we are seeing,
he was in my fucking sick fuck.
what we are seeing is, I would describe it physically, but I will only say poetically, it is years of neglect come to revisit you horribly, Brian.
No. Also, well, what happened is I bought
Your car. All right, so it is a ripped open ChickfilA bag.
Yes.
With, I guess, old ChickfilA.
No, fresh Chick-fil-A, because I bought it and came in and forgot it. There was a fucking spicy chicken sandwich in there. Motherfucker ran off with my fucking number 2 spicy chicken sandwich, no pickles. God damn it.
And I'm just saying that little trash panda is going, num, 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 and thinking all the things you would say about this establishment. And then today he's suffering because it was a spicy.
Because it was spicy. I hope your assholes burn, and you little motherfucker, fucking thieving, hand having piece of shit.
I know, it was definitely like grabbed and ripped.
No, no, that was not a cat. That was definitely a raccoon that was running off.
Oh, the one. So you believe you saw the culprit leaving.
Yeah.
The guilty.
Look how it's ripped.
It might have been the cat.
No.
I just assumed it would be a raccoon. What do you think?
I mean, I this is out of my city boy way of understanding, but I would either would surprise me. I guess the dexterity of a raccoon would probably make more of that rip, because this is like two hands gripped, rip open kind of tear.
Yeah.
But then again, with those bags, they do rip like that no matter how you perforate them.
Maybe, but like I feel like if a cat opened it, it would put its paw down and pull up to like pull up, and the tears would look different.
Yeah.
Bunny, you are very confident on the movement of animals. Like this is the second time that you're like, well, very obviously the action on that polar bear would have left blood on the other side of the profile. And now you're like, no, the way a cat steals a Chick-fil-A sandwich is different.
She's the Dexter of animal murders.
All I gotta say is I spend a lot of time looking at things while Brian talks. So, let's go back to that picture, shall we?
No.
No,
Oh no, Bonnie's ready to pick it apart. Go back to the picture, Brian.
Notice how he didn't run off with like the balled up dirty socks.
I don't know.
Well,
I didn't notice those.
That's why initially, look, there has been only times where Brian has been in a rental car that Brian has picked me up, or I've ridden with Brian, that hasn't begun with the same action. Brian doing the half jog over to his driver's side, and then the like 3 bags of fast food get tossed over the other seat and into the back. So I assumed this was just that habit bringing the wildlife into the car.
Well, yes.
I didn't know, Brian, that you'd graduated, especially considering they were next to balled up socks. I didn't know that you had left a full meal in your car amongst the dirty laundry.
Yeah. And now, Brian, I think it did you a service because I have no doubt that you would have eaten that sandwich after 3 or 4 hours of podcasting.
I plead guilty on all charges.
And you should not. And you should not be eating chicken
I throw
when
myself
it's set
at the mercy
outside.
of the court, Your Honor.
Do you know how freaking hot it is? It is not hot enough like a heat lamp to keep away germs, but it is hot enough to bake bacteria into your food and get it hooked into your tummy.
I didn't even think of that. That the rage Brian felt wasn't his car being violated by wildlife. It was the fact that an animal had stolen a little midnight snack.
Oh, yeah.
And he was like, no, that should be in my tummy, animal. I left that in my car unrefrigerated for 4 hours in the Texas heat. That's my snacky, not animal snacky, human snacky.
Now let's look at Brian's face. Did you or did you not eat the fries that are in there?
Well, those are not fries. That's the chicken noodle soup, and I was afraid it had rabies, so I threw it away. but also, Your Honor, in my defense, I request a special consideration that Texas heat is as powerful as a heat lamp.
No. It would have to keep it at a temperature beyond
Texas heat. There is no greater temperature, Your Honor.
I'm not sure about that. However, let's talk about
even between the hours of like 9 and 1 o'clock in the morning. When did you get the sandwich?
Your Honor, as it is known, starting July 1st and ending September 15th, the hotter than the surface of the sun is Texas heat. At all times, 24 hours
when
a day.
the sun goes down.
Yes.
Yeah, so you would have
That's where the sun draws its energy from.
Hotter than a heat lamp.
Yes.
So your contention is that
It's
inside your Jeep with the windows open,
Yes.
from the hours of 9 to 1 o'clock in the morning, it is hotter than a heat lamp at a ChickfilA.
It literally, we have a problem in that there's nothing made of lead in Texas because it melts. That's why. Yeah.
Volkai in the chat pointing out that 140 degrees is that of a heat lamp, the minimum of a heat lamp to keep food safe to eat.
140.
Yeah, we're at least double that. At least double that.
You're at least 280 degrees.
Yes, Your Honor.
Right.
Yes.
From between the hours of 9 o'clock and 1 o'clock in the morning in Austin, Texas.
So you're actually frying.
That is correct, yes.
You're frying this stuff. Now, but let's talk about the wildlife earlier that week. The same week that Brian encountered, and you think he would have learned his trash lessons. When
I love the idea of trash lessons.
Trash lessons. It's a new show Brian's starting. And you can watch the episodes every week on Monday because it's trash day for videos, I guess. I don't know. But ants. This is how we get ants. Brian was totally attacked in his office with ants.
Here's another spicy sandwich that was found. They will not be left unattended anymore. Sandwiches go in tum-tum. I understand now.
You know, the last time I cooked for Brian, he threw it up. And I'm wondering.
Wait, sorry, where is this going? What?
Yeah, I'm curious as well.
Your Honor, may I request a sidebar? What is going on?
Like, I cook all the time now,
this
and
is
he does not eat at home.
Kangaroo court? Y'all are crazy.
And he does not eat at home. So I'm curious.
I do eat at home.
He eats canned soup.
Yes.
At home. Not my cooking. Is it that bad, Brian? Do I need to get some lessons?
Wow, this has gone into this has become a very particular struggle session.
Okay, so
for
here's what
Brian
I promise
Brushwood.
to do. I will take all the food that you hand me.
All right.
And I will put it in my passenger seat of my car.
And you'll feed the trash can
now. Drive out to the property.
So that's your answer, is that I'm that bad of a cook.
No.
That you're going to feed the raccoon.
Wait a minute. What did you make for Brian that he had to throw up?
Yeah. Steak. Yeah. No, it was weird. It was like steak in the morning. It was like I was in bed and Bonnie kicks in the door and she's like, who wants 32 ounces of American ribeye? Ha ha! And I'm just like, She goes, if you eat the whole thing, I'll give you $1, kid. And so I ate the whole thing, and I was
and then just frisbeed the steak right in your face, and it just like humiliatingly slid down your nose.
And I sat there in bed. I was like, breakfast in bed. I had steak. So much steak. And then it was like, oh shoot, I gotta go. And I jumped up and started running around. And then I did 25 sit-ups. And then ran outside. And it was like, I ate a lot of steak and I'm twisting my body and moving. And then I threw it up.
Like in your toilet or
no,
just
no,
outside?
In the bushes. I was almost to the car and I was just like, oh dear. Yeah, you ever did that? You ever eat too much too fast and then barf it up? Maybe.
I'm not a puker. I wish I was, to be honest, because there's been a lot of drinking nights that I think my mornings / weekends would have been a lot better if I were a puker. But I'm not really.
I wasn't at your age either. I think I'm just, look, man. Here's something to wrap my mind around. I'm closer to 50 than 40, and the phrase "creeping up on 50" runs around in my head all the time. And as somebody who's creeping up on 50, turns out I can't wolf down an entire steak, do a bunch of sit-ups, and then run around outside.
Did you really do sit-ups?
No, it's to express that I started moving my body and then
any effort
too much.
is being represented by the euphemism sit-ups.
All right. Yeah. We have an incoming update.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, what?
Ladies and gentlemen, this image right here.
You want to know what?
Blood! I was wrong.
No blood on the face.
No blood on
but
the
there is a
face.
gash on the seal.
Yeah, there's definitely a gash.
There is a bloody gash on the seal. So we will give you credit for blood on the seal.
Oh, zoom in. Zoom in. Oh, but it's a taxidermy. Maybe you wouldn't have done yet.
This has to be the one. In fact,
it's gotta be
let's see
the
if we
same
can
one.
zoom in on. I mean, it looks identical. Hold on, let me see if I can.
Oh yeah. I mean, how many polar bears does he create? There's definitely a
That's
drip.
a dead seal. That's definitely blood on the seal. That's blood on the seal.
That's blood on the seal. Yeah. No, that's
the nose is bloody. The belly. That's his.
It says
face.
Russian polar bear.
Oh, what does it read?
By like what something shot by. What was the name in the newspaper article?
It was the dude, whoever Bonnie, the electric
Lewis,
building.
No. It said it was shot by. Let's see. Yeah, Bill Lewis. So does that say that? Does that say Bill Lewis? It
Wow,
looks like
you want to know what?
Shot
By the way,
I think this is a different one.
Knopp Taxidermy is in Spokane, Washington.
Oh.
That is, and the guy who is fashioning this in this photo that just got passed to us, is from Knopp Taxidermy, KNOPP Taxidermy, and that is in Spokane, Washington. So maybe this was just a popular way to taxidermy a bear in the 70s.
Sort of like give him the
Maybe
regular
this was the
treatment
experience.
because it looks like this. It says Russian polar bear shot by, and it looks like R.R.
RRLL Simpson is what people are saying in the chat.
Yeah, that does look like that.
Yeah.
So this is a different one. So
okay.
So not the same one, but if as we're talking about, maybe it's the kind of thing that there's sort of a default.
Not the same one. But
I wonder if there was just a taxidermy magazine where it's like, like the way you get your hair cut back in the day, you just look at different haircuts. Would you like your polar bear
I think that's exactly what it was.
Pawing at a seal?
Yeah. They do sell forms. So like inside of the taxidermy is a foam form. So that might be something that you could purchase is this exact shape styrofoam creature, and then you can stuff it with you stuff the skin with it. Does that make sense?
No. Are you talking about like instead of the dragon?
Huh?
like,
No, like when-
who is the you in this statement?
Like when you get a deer, they have like, you take the skin and you put it around a styrofoam.
No, you don't do that. You take the dead deer and you hand it to a taxidermist, and they do all that stuff.
I'm saying you, the taxidermist.
I see. You as the
would
taxidermist
take
in this.
this form and then wrap it around and
Okay, and so you're
sew it up.
saying they sell the forms.
Yes. So maybe this is like a generic form that you can
I
get for-
see. Like in that direction. Like
Right.
okay, so they mass produce the forms, is what you're saying, and
Right.
that's why all of these look similar. But
Right.
but wouldn't you have to?
Although I don't know.
Yeah,
that
no,
to
you
be
got different
certain,
sized
but-
bears though. I mean,
I know. So there's, so I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah. But anyways, he's a happy polar bear. Look at him.
Yeah,
Like
actually,
that, if it
you're
was
right.
a
He's
cow,
not, this
it
one's less
doesn't-
ferocious. This
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 one's
one
kinda
looks like,
he's a bit
And
stoned.
you know what? And no, it looks like he's in the middle of singing a song. Like, he's just like, I know I'm a polar bear through and through. I'm walking here from me to you. Give me a seal. I'll paw his head off. I'm the most adorable bear. Yeah.
He's got his hand up. He's just like, cha cha cha.
Man, any other mysteries left to solve?
Man, I feel like we ran the gamut. This was a wild episode, literally.
Wild.
All right, man. Well, then I guess we'll wrap it up a little bit early. Thanks to everybody for showing up, and to everybody who stayed up late with us.
Oh,
last
wait,
night.
wait.
Oh, sorry. Late
Damn
breaking.
it. I did. I had to do a search, but I also woke up and wrote down something else, and I didn't use my line because I couldn't find it, but I did. You want to
All
hear my
right, you
line?
want to do it now?
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
totally
All
out
right,
of context. Yeah.
Well, you want us to set you up? What should we be talking about?
Okay, so Justin, you say,
Yeah.
I don't see any blood on that mouth.
Okay.
Okay. Bonnie, I don't see any blood on that mouth.
I didn't say it was painted on like lipstick.
You want to know what, Bonnie? Sometimes it's the shots you don't take that are the most important. Sometimes it's the dogs that don't bark, Bonnie.
Happy hour.
God, great evening.
Night attacks happy hour. Night attacks happy hour.